Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Please subscribe. I took 5 cruises in 12 months, and by the end of it, I realized I'd been making some very expensive mistakes. If you're cruising soon, I'm about to save you money, stress, and maybe even your vacation. After sailing with lines like Royal Caribbean International, Carnival Cruise Line, and Norwegian Cruise Line, I started noticing patterns. Some mistakes cost money, some cost time, and some just made the trip less enjoyable than it should have been. Here are the 10 things I'd never do again. 10. Booking the cheapest cabin without thinking. On my first cruise, I booked the absolute cheapest interior cabin I could find. No windows, no fresh air, no natural light. At first, I thought I'd barely be in the room anyway. But after long port days and late-night shows, walking into a pitch-black box started messing with my sleep and mood. Now, I'm not saying you must book a balcony, but I'd never again book a cabin without at least checking the deck plans. On one ship, my cheap deal cabin was directly under the pool deck. At 6 a.m., dragging chairs. At midnight, pool parties. Lesson learned, cheap can get expensive in comfort. 9. Flying in the same day as departure. This one still hurts. Cruise number 2, I tried to save a hotel night and flew in the morning of departure. My flight was delayed, then delayed again. I was sailing out of Miami, one of the busiest cruise ports in the world. My ship, boarding was closing. I made it, barely, but the stress shaved years off my life. Now, I always fly in the day before, no exceptions. One hotel night costs far less than missing an entire cruise. 8. Skipping travel insurance. On cruise number 3, someone in our group got sick before departure. No insurance, non-refundable fare. Thousands gone. Cruises have strict cancellation policies. Weather changes, medical emergencies happen, flights get canceled. After seeing that firsthand, I'll never cruise again without insurance coverage. It's not glamorous, but it's protection. 7. Ignoring the fine print on drink packages. Drink packages look amazing on paper. Unlimited cocktails, specialty coffee, bottled water. But here's what I didn't calculate the first time. Daily price plus gratuities. On one sailing with MSC Cruises, the package added up to more than I realistically drank, and everyone in the same cabin had to buy it. If you're not drinking 5 to 7 drinks per day, every day, it might not be worth it. Now, I do the math before I swipe. 6. Overpacking like I'm moving abroad. Cruise number 4 taught me something. I wore maybe half of what I packed. Formal night, wore one outfit. Gym clothes, didn't go once. 5 pairs of shoes, why? Cabins are compact, storage is limited, and dragging heavy luggage through a terminal is not fun. Now I pack half of what I think I need, and it's still enough. 5. Not researching the ship itself. Itinerary matters, but the ship matters more. One time I focused entirely on the ports and barely looked at the vessel. I ended up on an older ship with fewer dining options and limited entertainment compared to newer megaships. When I later sailed on ships inspired by innovations seen across fleets from Celebrity Cruises and Princess Cruises, the onboard experience felt completely different. Now I always check ship age, recent refurbishments, dining options, entertainment lineup, and passenger reviews. The ship is your floating hotel. Choose wisely. 4. Booking shore excursions without comparing options. Cruise-sponsored excursions are convenient, but they're not always the best value. In Cozumel, I once paid almost double what I later learned local operators were charging for the same snorkeling trip. Now I compare ship excursion prices, independent tour companies, reviews, and port safety. That said, in places far from the port, like certain Alaska or European sailings, I sometimes stick with cruise line excursions for peace of mind. Balance convenience with cost. 3. Boarding too late on embarkation day. I used to think, why rush? I'll just board mid-afternoon. Big mistake. Boarding early means exploring the ship without crowds, booking specialty dining before it fills up, scheduling shows, relaxing before sail away. On one sailing from Port Canaveral, I boarded late and missed prime reservations. Now I choose the earliest check-in time available. Vacation starts the moment you step on board. 2. Ignoring loyalty programs. I didn't pay attention to cruise loyalty programs at first. Big mistake. Programs like Crown and Anchor Society or Carnival VIFP Club offer perks like priority boarding, free drinks, discounts, and exclusive events. After 5 cruises, I realized I could have been accumulating benefits strategically instead of bouncing randomly between lines. Now, I'm more intentional about brand loyalty. 1. Assuming every cruise will be the same. This is the biggest lesson. Cruise number 1 was relaxed and elegant. Cruise number 2 was loud and party-heavy. Cruise number 3 felt family-focused. Cruise number 4 was port-intensive. And cruise number 5 was all about the ship experience. Each cruise line has a different personality. For example, a Caribbean itinerary on Disney Cruise Line feels very different from one on Virgin Voyages. When you book expecting one vibe and get another, you might feel disappointed, even if the cruise itself is great. Now I match cruise line, ship, itinerary, time of year, and my own travel style. That's when cruising becomes magical. Ship. What 5 cruises in 12 months really taught me. Cruising isn't one size fits all. It's a layered experience. The cabin you choose, the ship you board, the port you depart from, and the planning you do beforehand. When done right, it's one of the best value vacations out there. When done wrong, it can feel crowded, stressful, and overpriced. The difference is knowledge and mistakes. Lots of mistakes.